Morning, guys. It's morning for me. I don't know what time of day you're doing this, but this is week 5 of the Corona Apocalypse. So this is workout 5A, and it's the 3rd week of this month. So this is the week that we're pulling things together. Next week is strike test. The other thing that we're doing this week is tomorrow, I think, which is April 14th, is Drop Everything and Read Day. So we're doing Drop Everything and Read this whole week. So I have something to read to you, and then I have a riddle for you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to read to you is from Shel Silverstein, who wrote Falling Up. That's backwards when I'm looking at it in the camera, so I don't know if you're going to see it backwards or not. He actually wrote a really serious book, too, called The Giving Tree. You should check that out sometime, but that one is longer and not quite as entertaining for class. So the poem, and honestly, I have to tell you something. I don't like serious poetry. When I was a kid, when I was in school, I would read everything. I'll read all sorts of stuff. I hate serious poetry. I was always like, why did this person write this? Maybe why did the words rhyme? This is just terrible. Why do we have to read this? Okay, I like really silly poems. Okay, so my very favorite poem of all time, and I want you to think about this. The other day, upon the stair, I met a man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today. Gee, I wish he'd go away. That's what poems should be like, okay? So this is from Shel Silverstein. It's called When I Was Your Age. There's a picture on the page, but the picture goes with the other poem. So I'm going to read you this one anyway, because I like it, and it works for right now. You'll see why in a minute. My uncle said, "How do you get to school?" I said, "By bus." And my uncle smiled. When I was your age, my uncle said, I walked it barefoot 7 miles. Probably uphill both ways too, right? My uncle said, "How much weight can you tote?" I said, "1 bag of grain." My uncle laughed. When I was your age, my uncle said, I could drive a wagon and lift a cow. My uncle said, "How many fights have you had?" I said, 2, and both times I got whipped. And they had better have been for self-defense, not for attacking. When I was your age, my uncle said, I fought every day and was never licked. I hope he wasn't a bully. My uncle said, "How old are you?" And I said, 9.5. And then my uncle puffed out his chest and said, when I was your age, I was 10. So think about that. And then the other thing I want you to think about, okay? So a lot of you guys right now, you're stuck at home. And the first week that you didn't have to go to school, that was pretty cool. But now you're stuck at home and you can't stand your brother anymore, and you've beaten the most difficult boss on your funnest new video game, and playing on your iPad all day has lost its appeal. Okay, so the old people who say, when I was your age, I had to walk to school every day 2 miles uphill in the snow and back 2 miles uphill in the snow. This would be your thing. When you're grandparents, you're going to be saying to your kids, you think you have it rough. When I was your age, I was stuck in my house for a month. So save that. Okay, the other thing I want to read to you, this is kind of a riddle. When I was a kid, I had a book that lived at my grandmother's house, and it had all sorts of short stories and little things in it. And there was this riddle. I read it to you once kind of fast because it's kind of a rhyme. So it appeals to me because I like silly rhymes. I forgot to start the clock. Then I'll read it to you slow so you can think about it. And then I want you to try to figure out the riddle. And if you figure it out, put the answer underneath. Tag me. People keep putting stuff in the column. They put the hashtag MAKBeatsCovid-19. But there might be 60 comments in there, but only 2 of them are ones I need to look at. And I don't need to scroll through all the Power Turtles and Tiny Tigers. Tag me in the ones for me so that they show up. Okay, so here it is. It starts off, I'm going to read it fast once. As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack had 7 cats. Every cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? Okay, so I read it slow now, so you can think about it. You can even write down the numbers if you need to, okay? As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack, those are bags, sacks. Every sack had 7 cats. Every cat had 7 kits. They're saying kits instead of kittens because it goes with the rhyme better. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? Okay, so I want you to figure that out. And I want you to tag me underneath with your answer. Okay, so now we're gonna start with our workout. We're gonna start off with some suicides. We're gonna run. We're gonna do 5 front kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do 5 sets, each one of them with 5 front kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If your parents say stop running in the house, then do some jumping jacks in between. Do 5 front kicks and then 5 jumping jacks. Doesn't matter, as long as you're moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next 5 sets you're going to have roundhouse kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 sets, 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was 5 sets of roundhouse kicks. Another set. This time 5 sets, 5 side kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 4th set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, come over here, push the button, pause the video. Okay, turn it back on. You paused it, right? During that pause, I should have told you this before the pause. 3 times through. 5 sets of suicides, 5 kicks, 3 times through. So you end up doing, actually 3 sets total. We've already done 1, so 2 more. Now we're gonna stretch. You guys been doing your yardstick stretch? You haven't been sending me pictures. Reach up. Ms. Morway sent me a picture. Nobody else has sent me pictures. Either you're not doing it or you're not flexible. I don't care which way. But if you're not doing it, I'm aggravated. If you're not flexible, send me pictures anyway so we can see your progress as we move through this. Reach for the floor. And then up. Arms over and under. Pull one across. Don't put your shoulder way up here. Keep it down. Pull it as far across as it will go. And then take this arm and push it back so that your hand is down here between your shoulder blades. And then other side, over and under. Pull across. And push it back so your hand is between your shoulder blades. And then get your yardstick and have a seat. So I'm going to sit down on the floor, feet out, forearms, the whole part of your arm that would hit the floor if you were doing a break fall on the floor. Keep your toes up, keep your chin up. Bring your feet in a little bit. Still put your elbows on the floor. feet a little bit more. My socks are getting caught on the mat. Back on the floor. Then get your yardstick. I don't care where you start it. I have it started so the 1 inch is between my knees and my heels are at 19. But you can start it with 0 at your heels. If you don't have a yardstick, just get a piece of paper, put it on the floor where your feet are, where your heels are, make a mark on it. And the goal is to get further down that mark. So my heels are at 19. I get my hands out to about 25. It's about 6 inches. I haven't made any progress, but that's pretty flexible, so I'm happy with it. Okay, so now, break falls and some techniques. So it's starting, we're gonna do a back break fall. And then we come up in your fighting stance. You guys have done this with me on pads and on the back. 10 sets of jab cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back break fall. Up. I want you down in a horse stance. Your target's in front of you. So your toes are straight forward, your knees are out. We're going to do star block set. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. 5 times. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. That's 2. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. That's 3. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. That's 4. Try that. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. That's 5. Back break fall. And knees. I want you to grab the person, most obnoxious person that you've dealt with all day. Mentally grab. I don't want you doing this to your brother. Do it mentally. Hands in a butterfly. Grab their neck. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back to the beginning. Back break fall. And up. 10 sets of jab cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Break fall. Up. Horse stance. Star block set. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. 1. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. 2. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. 3. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. 4. Up, in, out, touch, down, back, push down. 5. Break fall. And up. And 5 knees on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do a couple more sets if you want to. If you don't want to do them now, save it. Later on when you're doing your math, sit in front of the computer, sit in front of the iPad or the Chromebook, doing your schoolwork, and you need a break. Hop up, do a set of these, go back to your schoolwork. It makes a good break in the day. Okay, so now we're going to take your forms. Action Karate Form 3, Action Karate Form 6, Action Karate Form 9, and I'm going to mess with them. I am going to mess with your head. Okay, so first we're going to do Action Karate Form 3, just the way it's written. So we say Action Karate Form 3. Okay, so that's 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 and we're going to add some extra kicks. I'm not going to tell you which kick you have to do, but in each phrase you have to add at least 1 kick. So I start here, Action Karate Form 3. Okay, so I do my first phrase. Now I need to do a kick. Axe kick would work nicely from here. That right back. 2. I'm going to turn my foot and do a side kick. 3. Okay, instead of doing my spin back fist here, I'm going to do a spin side kick. Okay, now, roundhouse kick. Chop, chop, chop. I'm going to come back to this same stance. So I'm going to do a spin hook kick. switch feet, axe kick. Pump front kick fits there really nice. Okay, so I want you to try it like that. It can be those same kicks that I did. They don't have to be, but what you need to do is each phrase, add one kick. And you gotta fix your feet so it makes sense. So if the stance that you're in doesn't work for the kick you wanna do, fix your feet. Okay, action karate form 6, same way. Action karate form 6. Okay, so I don't know what kicks you want to do there. Let's mess with it. I practiced the form this morning, but I didn't practice adding kicks to it. So let's see where we end up. So action karate form 6. Two, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, front kick, 3. Okay, so I got some extra kicks in there. Nope, that was bad. Okay, so there were some kicks in there. The phrase is there's already a bunch of kicks in there, but I still want at least one extra kick in each phrase. Action karate form 9. This one I've been having trouble with. So let's see if I do it right. Action karate form 9. Okay, so we're going to add some kicks to that now. So action karate form 9 plus kicks. Okay, so I want you to do, we just did it, we did each of the forms together. One's normal and one's kicks. I want you to do them, each one of those at least one more time on your own with different kicks. You can either pause the video or you can, when you get to the end, go back and do it. But I'm thinking if you do that, you're not gonna do it, so you're better off pausing the video. Okay, so now, 3 self-defense. Mogger's hold for the beginner's curriculum. Headlock from the green belt curriculum, and chair defense from your curriculum. So, headlock, Mogger's hold. Somebody's choking you, what do you need to do? Breathe. So I'm going to breathe by tucking my chin and dropping my weight. Elbow, elbow, reach up, grab. My right foot is going to come in and go back between their feet. I'm going to turn, take them down, punch, cover out. Okay, so that's Mogger's hold. Second one is headlock. Somebody pulls me into a headlock. I go with them. With this surface, I'm not going to sit here and do this. I'm just going to step right in and slam them in the groin here. Then I'm going to reach up their back and grab a handful of face. Step back, take them down. Okay, headlock. Chair defense. What's the most important thing to do when somebody's punching you in the head? It's not blocking. The answer to this is get out of the way. It's harder in the chair. I'm going to have to scoot, block, parry. I'm going to grab their hand here. And as I stand up, I'm going to break their elbow, kick out their knee, and slam their face in the chair. If you are practicing this with someone at home, do not break their elbow and do not ever kick out their knee. You kick out somebody's knee, they're gonna have to go have surgery. So when you're practicing at home, do it in the air, okay? Or use a noodle. So, let's see. They're coming at you. Get your head out of the way. Block, parry, grab. Break the elbow, take the knee, step back, face into the chair. So, we're gonna repeat those self-defenses. You do mugger's hold, 10 jumping jacks. Headlock, 10 push-ups. Chair defense, 10 sit-ups. So we start with mugger's hold, they grab. Ten jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we do headlock. And 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And chair defense. We can do chair defense even without the chair. And 10 sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now we're gonna practice our weapon form. And I'm gonna mess with you a little bit today. Okay, last week, somewhere in the line last week, we practiced our weapon form without weapons, because every form is a self-defense. So you practice those moves as if they were self-defense moves. Well, they don't have to be done as a self-defense with your open hand or with the weapon that we use in class, but there's all sorts of things that you can find. Your hands are tools, the side are tools. Things that you find around your house can be tools, okay? So get something you can use. Here's my bicycle pump. Here's my yardstick. The yardstick's kind of long in here. I don't want to break the television, so I'm not going to use that. But I want you to find something in your house. I got 2 screwdrivers. I got them in the garage. They're not the same size, which disturbs my brain a little bit, but that's what was out there. Okay, so what I want you to think, normally we open and close our side. What I want you to do right now is switch the grip on your screwdriver from out to in, out to in. Because here, if your weight's coming at something, that makes a really nice stab. You turn it over, and that works really well. So I want you to practice switching the grip. That's my smart hand. The dumb hand is not nearly so good. But I want you to practice switching the grip on the screwdriver, just like you would with your side. Okay, if you don't use a screwdriver, use your bicycle pump, use forks or spoons or butter knives from your kitchen drawer. Anything will work. Anything in your hand, anything's extension of your hand can be a weapon. Okay, so now we're gonna do the form. Starts here with my weapons closed, just as if I was doing side. Open, circle. Okay, the first one I'm gonna chop. And the next one, instead of chopping, I'm gonna stab. Then when I orbit, I'm gonna switch my grip. So when I come around, I'm stabbing into the side of the neck. I'm gonna switch my grip again. Rake across the neck, stab. Switch my grip. As I orbit, stab the side of the neck. Okay, so I'm gonna come forward now. Stab. You're thinking about giving somebody right here. I'm gonna, as I do my orbit, I'm gonna switch my grip so these come down and break in. Circle, block, stab. I'm gonna close them. Kick, kick. And when I do this low block, I'm actually stabbing. Open, open. Here. This one's gonna block. I actually want to switch my weapons because the left one, this one's much nicer. Block and stab. Okay, so I want you to practice with some different things. So I want you to go back, do a couple more sets of suicides if you didn't already do them. I want you to, the drills that we did with the break falls, if you haven't done them yet, do at least one more set. And then I want you to practice this. The 2 things that I want you to tag me in, and tag me, don't just put it down there. I want to see what you picked for your weapons. You can either send me a picture or send me a video of you doing your form with your alternate weapons, and I want your answers for the riddle. As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack had 7 cats. Every cat had 7 kits. Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? That's the challenge. Talk to you guys later.